Hello, boils and ghouls. It's me, David Howard Thornton, Art the Con himself, and I just want to give a big, huge shout out to JoBlo.com. I'll scare you all soon.
What's up, everybody? Ryan Coltrera from JoBlo.com, coming to you from the red carpet of Halloween Horror Nights 2025, which must mean the best time of year has arrived at last. I'm here to talk to some special guests about their October traditions, Halloween favorites, and what they're looking forward to at this year's Halloween Horror Nights. Let's dive in. Hi, happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. I'm so excited. It's my favorite time of year.
Oh, big same. So your character obviously does battle with one of the newest horror icons. But if you could pit Sienna against another horror icon, who do you think she could take down?
Does it have to be a bad guy?
No.
Ash from Evil Dead.
Oh, I'd love to see that.
I love Ash. And you know what? He was a Deadite for a little bit. And he was kind of a bad guy. So that, or of course, Mike Myers is like, he's Halloween 1978 is like my favorite
Oh, hell yeah.
horror film of all time. So yeah.
I would absolutely love to say that.
Me too.
And so your character has really come to be deeply embraced by horror audiences, like instantly loved. Could you kind of talk about how you feel about the fandom behind the Terrifier films, really just finding connection in your character?
It's the reason why I got into this field.
Yeah.
Not even just this franchise. I'm lucky that this franchise has done that for me, but I became an actor so I could help people feel less alone, because that's what film and TV did for me. And when I get to meet them at conventions or just at these things, and they get to tell me how they've connected with this character, how the franchise has helped them cope with something, it is truly what keeps me going in this very strange job that we've decided to do.
Absolutely. And lastly, you kind of have an iconic Halloween costume moment in the film, but what is your personal favorite Halloween costume that you've ever had?
I was a witch like every year of my life. There's something about the witch aesthetic that makes me so happy. I love the pointy hat. I love the broom. You know what I was hoping? By the time I was an adult, they would have a broom that like lifted off the ground, because we're in the future.
I know, right?
Like we have like self-driving cars. We have ChatGPT. Why don't we have self-flying broomsticks and magic carpets as Halloween costumes?
I know, right? Total crap.
That's what we're missing in 2025.
Hard agree. Any scientists watching this, get on it.
Come on, what are you doing?
So, for starters, Art the Clown has obviously instantly become a horror classic, a beloved character in our community. What do you think it is about this character that gives him that X factor, that staying power in pop culture?
I think he's this wonderful blend of just sadisticness and also just hilarity. He's one of these villains that like just revels in being a villain and has fun, and it's the fun factor I think that really resonates with people.
Absolutely. And what are some of the biggest challenges and also biggest joys in bringing a character to life that doesn't say a word yet still makes such an impact?
I would say definitely the biggest challenge is trying to get my intentions and meaning across with just my face and body. I don't have that advantage of using my voice to say how I'm feeling about a certain situation or anything like that. And what was the other part of the question?
Oh, the biggest challenges and the biggest joys.
Oh, the biggest joy, though, is that challenge. I find it a lot of fun because I'm a huge fan of silent film actors.
Yes.
and silent comedy. Mr. Bean is like one of my gods, and I always wanted a chance to play a character like that. So that's the joy of this, is I finally have a character like that, but I've been able to do my own little fun take on them.
I myself am a big horror person, but I have some family members who are a little afraid to watch these movies. How would you sell someone on these films who's maybe a little reluctant to check them out?
I would say, first of all, don't eat before you watch them. Yeah. But also just go in you're gonna have fun. We're not here just to try to traumatize you or anything like. We want you to have fun while you're watching it. So every kill basically has some kind of wink and nudge to the audience. There's a little joke here or there. So just have fun with it.
Do you have a favorite kill to perform?
I do. It was the reason this one's my favorite kill is I had the most fun filming this whole entire scene. It's the Santa Claus kill in part 3. I just think it's got that great blend of creativity, hilarity, and sadisticness.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And lastly, since I know a lot of people dress up as you for Halloween, I wanted to ask, what has been your favorite Halloween costume you've ever had?
My favorite Halloween costume I ever had, I think, is one I came up with when I was a kid. I couldn't decide if I wanted to be a ghost or a werewolf that year, so I went as a ghost werewolf. The bottom half of me was a ghost, it was just a sheet, and I had my mom did this crazy werewolf makeup that we found, and I had fun. I was scaring kids in the neighborhood. I was having fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
First of all, I really wanted to, just off the bat here, tip my hat to your Alien movie. I adored it. I really thought you nailed the tone, gave the fans exactly what they were looking for. But most of all, for me, I loved your commitment to the practical effects. You kind of brought back the old school Brides. You brought in Alec Gillis. Could you kind of talk about why it was so important to recapturing that Alien vibe, going practical?
Well, I think it applies to everything, but in general, I think after the last few decades, I think it's been too heavy in the CG, which is great. It gives a big spectacle, but I put that in a different category. Those movies are more like half animation, half live action, right? But I think when it comes to something like Alien, you want to believe every frame you see. You know, as soon as you can tell that the creature is CG or the environment is CG, it's just that's scary anymore. When you can tell that that thing is there for real, it just works way better and just have a better texture. And Alien also, I think all the best ones were done that way, I think. So I thought it was important. Also, like you mentioned, Alec Gillis, you know, Shay Mann, we really want to bring everybody that were from the originals and that worked with us. So it was great for me, a privilege to collaborate with that.
Absolutely. You have successfully tackled a couple holy properties in horror. With you yourself, I'm assuming, being a horror fan, did you feel the pressure going into that, or were you able to kind of push that down and go, I'm here as a professional, the fan has to wait?
Well, if I wasn't worried or I wasn't pressure on Evil Dead, which that was, you know, looking back now, you go, wow, how did we tackle that? But at the time, you know, you're the first time filmmaker, you get the chance to do a movie like that and work with Sam Raimi. You're not saying like, oh no, thank you, I'm too scared. You just go for it. You just go and do it. And so we did, and we really enjoy that. And so Alien was a way to, in a way, do that again at a different scale. And working with Ridley, I learn a lot every time I work with these filmmakers. So for me, it's half of the fun is just being able to collaborate with these masters, you know. You learn so much every time, though.
Absolutely. And for you as a horror director, what do you feel is an underrated element in making a successful scare?
Well, it depends because everything works. I mean, for me, it's truly about having a great story, something that characters in a story that you can get behind, that you intrigue, you know, where it's not just the scares. But look, some movies are just about like jump scare after jump scare. It works great. It's a lot of fun. So, you know, just we all have different personal preferences how to do it, right? Like for me, story is king always, regardless of genre.
And lastly, since we're here at Universal, where movie monsters were born, I wanted to ask what your personal favorite monster is.
It's a good one. I think I have many. I think Dracula, because Bram Stoker, the Coppola's Dracula is my favorite movies ever. But I have a sweet spot for Frankenstein, probably because of Young Frankenstein, because when I was a kid, I watched that movie so many times without knowing it was horror. Because when you're a kid, you don't get the humor without knowing there's a comedy, right? Like, I just find it terrifying. And the music was terrifying, the monster was terrifying. So I love that Frankenstein version for sure, yeah.
Thank you very much, and happy Halloween.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. I just want to ask you some of your Halloween favorites, starting with what has been your favorite Halloween costume in your life?
My favorite Halloween costume was when I was 5 years old, a long time ago, back in the early 70s. And it was a Batman costume that you used to get at the drugstore with a little mask and this sort of nylon outfit.
And what is your favorite and least favorite Halloween candy?
I mean, I know it goes both ways, but candy corn is not really my favorite. I don't like the apples that they give you that have razor blades. It's I don't like that.
Fair enough.
I like when they give you a big fat Baby Ruth, not a little one, but a big one.
I dig that.
And I like the Butterfingers, but my mother would always sneak in when I was sleeping and go underneath my bed and take them.
And lastly, since we're here at Horror Nights, you know, we're Universal, they created monsters here. What's your favorite monster?
As far as monsters, I like the creature from the Black Lagoon. But otherwise, Dracula's pretty cool.
Hell yeah. So that'll do it for me at the red carpet for Halloween Horror Nights 2025. From JoBlo.com, I've been Ryan Coltrera. Happy Halloween, everybody.
Thank you for clicking on our video, everybody. If you like what you saw here, please make sure you like the video and subscribe and share with your friends who like this sort of content. JoBlo remains an independent company, and we appreciate all of your support.